Well, guys, we are on the road again. I'm right now just outside of Albany, New York, at a nice little park and ride place here, a little parking spot. I stayed here overnight. It was not too bad. Got up in the morning, didn't do any work, but I had some good breakfast and just took care of some basic things in the morning. And now we're heading over, and we are targeting to get up to Acadia National Park up in Maine. And I'm not going to do it all super fast. I'm going to spread it over like 3 days getting there, which is only a few hours of driving a day. So that's actually a pretty good rate, pretty good pace. And we're just going to keeping an eye on directions. I want to stop somewhere and do some laundry somewhere along the way. And, so maybe find some small town in like Vermont or something to hang out in for a while. Well, anyway, let's get going.
I've traveled to Maine once, but I only got up as far north into Portland, and from there I had to turn around. I had a bunch of other obligations to do, and so I decided I'd go ahead and make this trip up and spend as much time as I need. Of course, first I get to the point where the GPS, which is set to avoid dirt roads, takes me on roads like this. There's grass in the middle of the road. GPS, you're supposed to avoid roads like this. But anyway, it was beautiful. There was actually pavement on the other end of this, I think. I remember. But I wanted to get up there and head my way on up into Maine. I want to see Acadia National Park, some oceanfront things, and mostly I wanted to get out of the hot summer sun in Pennsylvania, which becomes very hot and very humid. So today, we're beginning our trek. We're going up through New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and on up into Maine.
So I found this nice out-of-the-way parking spot. There's a hiking trail over here. I don't have good internet, but that's actually enough that I can do a little bit of stuff tonight. At least I'm going to make dinner here. But before I do that, I'm actually going to go out and hike the trail that's out here. So here we're at the Greenway Trail, it looks like. So from this, if I want to go underneath the big road that's over there, I need to go the opposite direction of Keene. I just came from Keene. So we're going to go this way, across the trail, and see where we can go underneath Route 9. I'm not going to go too far, just get in a little bit of exercise for the day. So one of the problems that I have is I don't stop nearly as much as I should. A lot of that is I'm still in a place in my life where I need to do a lot of work. So I kind of plan places where I can be and where I can stop and work. And sometimes I'll pass by some of the most amazing things. So I'm on the way out to where I'm getting to work for the rest of the night. I'm just like, I need to stop somewhere else. I need to get a little bit of exercise in. And I just suddenly saw the sign for this. I'm just like, I'm doing it. Pulling in. I'll tell you, man, this is the type of place that's awesome. Right now it's a fairly boring trail on an old road. It was exciting getting across under the river and such. And I'll probably walk just a little bit further here, see where it goes into woods, go back and then go up the other way as well, which is a trail through the woods on the other end of the van. That way I'm never too far away from the van in the case it starts raining or anything like that. But we are in New Hampshire right now. This is the Greenway Trail, probably about 15 or so miles outside of Keene, heading up toward the Concord area. And so it's kind of what we're doing. So this trail here, this must be a driveway leading out. There is dead-end stuff. There's some no parking signs over here for people who might want to park here, and it looks like probably some degree of new construction housing. The trail here is not super well marked. So we have another one of the double white markers here. I've been seeing single white markers. Double white markers usually means, hey, there's a beginning of a trail here, and I don't want to go too further this way without seeing another marker because it looks like I'm encroaching on somebody's property. So there's the trail markers I'm following. Takes us down clearly an old road. There's actually a house and some property right next to me. I'm not going to show the house. It's pretty nice, pretty new. But for privacy of the people that live there, we are not going to display any of that. But a good, nice walk in the woods is just what I need today. We'll walk down here a little bit further. Then I'm going to turn around and head on back and walk up the trail the other way. A2, still in New Hampshire, kind of right along the border between New Hampshire and Maine. New Hampshire has all these park and rides. They're actually really nice. You can actually park here for like 21 days, as long as you're not bothering people or anything like that. This is the first one that it appears as though there's actually some homeless guys, probably homeless guys living out here. I don't know, they could be fellow van dwellers. Oh, and there might be van dweller, I'm not sure. But there's an RV way down at the lower lot there. The lower yacht. The lower yacht. Lower lot. But anyway, these park and rides are actually making New Hampshire a pretty decent spot for van life, particularly if you're a person that wants to go around and see historical things and visit the towns and cities in place. I'm not much into that type of stuff, but if you are, this is a good place to come because these park and rides are everywhere. I've probably passed over a dozen of them, and New Hampshire's a small state. I've stayed in one last night. I'm staying, of course, in. I'm probably going to cross over to Maine today. I haven't decided yet, but you could actually park all over the place. You could get out, see all the sights. Find your way to a park and ride in nearly every city or every 50 miles or so. New Hampshire is a great state for van life if you're wanting to see the sights and participate in the cities. I can say that. Not my personal way of doing things, but for those that do want to see that type of stuff, this is a great place to spend. You could spend easily a couple months here going through everything. I don't know, maybe I'll do that if I have more time. I'll go up and down New Hampshire a little bit and see what I can see. We crossed over into Maine last night, and I found another park and ride here. This is what the Northeast is pretty good at, is park and rides. They're pretty bad at rest stops, but maybe they have rest stops if you'd pay the tolls and go on 95. Class 3 commercial van, I'm not paying tolls. I'm going around the back roads, and actually that's kind of the way I prefer it anyway. So, but I've actually found this good spot. It's a little quiet. It's out of the way. This is actually pretty well used park and ride, so that's good. And I'm thinking I'm just not going to move today. I'm in a good spot. I have decent internet for the streaming show that I do tonight. And so I'm just going to not move. Maybe I'll get out and I'll walk around and I'll exercise a little bit. But I'm not going to move the van from this spot. Just take a day off of driving. And I'm only about 3 hours from Acadia now. So I'm thinking what I'll do is Saturday I'll move about another hour or two closer. And Sunday kind of rest again wherever I can stay. And then Monday we'll hit the park. So here's another fun van life tip for you. Don't hit national parks on the weekends unless you can absolutely avoid it. Every single time I've gone to a national park on the weekend, it's too full, it's overcrowded. So I'm going to go ahead and just work on Saturday all day, work on Sunday like half a day, and take Monday mostly off, visit Acadia on Monday when there's likely not to be quite as many people there. That way I can enjoy the park with, be in nature with a little bit fewer people. But, yeah, it's fairly uneventful. I stocked up before I left State College, so I really don't need to swing by any stores or anything like that. I've just needed to stop and get gas a few times. And other than that, I'm just being very self-sustaining and self-sufficient on the road, avoiding people, going down the highways instead of the interstates, and just stopping at the park and rides along the way. So yeah, it actually it works out pretty well. No longer term camping like you find in the West, where I can pull in and set up a table or a tent or something else and camp for a few days straight. But staying in the back of the van here today, I can hang out in this park and ride for 21 days without really drawing any attention to anyone. So if you are looking for a trip in the Northeast in a vehicle, doing things during the day and staying at park and rides at night is certainly a valid option. And outside of the one park and ride I was at yesterday, I really haven't seen what even appears to me to be homeless or anything like that, or any issues. I'm sure that they are existing down here. It's just I didn't notice any obvious ones other than the few that I saw the other day. So yeah, there we are. There's some Northeast van life tips for you. Yep, another morning at Walmart. I was actually planning on going further, but set up where I'm being good. I stayed at a Walmart parking lot last night. I actually did not want to. I was actually going to go all the way down to Belfast, but this was just a nice place, and a bunch of other RVers and stuff here, and so I said, well, let's just park here. Top of that, man, that is an awesome schoolie over there. Look at that. We got a schoolie with a Volkswagen Bug welded on top of it, dragging a camper. That thing is awesome. But alas, it is, I don't like to stay in the Walmart parking lot any longer than I have to in the morning, so I did not get my reading done yet for the day. We're going to, it's Sunday, and it is about 3 or 4 or so hours before the church service starts. I'm going to still go to the church I was planning on going to in Belfast, so it's only about an hour away from here, and so I'm just going to head out early this morning. It is a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. So my solar panels get nice and charged up, and Belfast looks to be a fun little city. So let's see what that place looks like. So I'm over in Belfast here, and this is the harbor walk. So there's actually a shipyard over here. It's kind of cool. They have the cranes and stuff to pull boats out of the water. Lots of boats over here. You see a tall one right over here, big old sailboat. And we can walk over here. So it's cool is you can actually walk kind of through the shipyard property. They're just like, hey, be careful. There's going to be boats and employees at work and stuff. But lots of boats like this one here, which are out of the water, just kind of propped up. Curious how they get them. Like I can see where the reins are. I guess they can move those reins all the way out, but it's pretty cool. Kitty, do you like the harbor? You want to go down that harbor and see if you can find some fishies, huh? But here we're parked over the municipal lot up here. We're overlooking, you probably can't see that through the trees there, but it's Front Street Shipyard, and it's actually a giant shipyard. I have some extra pictures and video of, but that's going into the harbor. It's actually a river, and it's some long Indian name. I can't pronounce it, but even with the pronunciation guide. But that goes right on down into the harbor, into the ocean.